The buzzard is strong with this one. You seem completely clueless about Reddit and online forums in general, as well as the rules of the sub itself, which are both on the sidebar and the wiki. Edit. I looked at your deleted post and you used terms in it that would normally earn a ban.
Reddit isn't a public forum in that way. It's a privately run website with rules for use. This is like being kicked out of a McDonald's but arguing that they can't kick you out because it's a public place. This sub is moderated in a way that keeps it following the greater Reddit site rules and also has additional sub rules that keep it a nice place to participate. I imagine you were getting replies from different moderators, which is why it seems like some were more familiar with your post than others. Text posts like you made usually aren't allowed here. I feel like you haven't learned how posts and comments work on fatlogic, but you're trying to make posts that are of course rejected. Also, insults like land whale are explicitly against the rules here. It looks like the trailer doesn't have fatlogic in it, so it probably wouldn't have been good for this sub either. If you wanted to make a post about it, maybe you could make an Ember album highlighting the fatlogic in the movie, like a few pictures of scenes with subtitles, but honestly fatlogic in a horror movie isn't something I care about. The character is probably supposed to be seen as obsessive and crazy. No one is supposed to think the character is saying a true thing. Is it really fatlogic when the character is saying and doing things that the audience is supposed to find repulsive? I don't think Halloween is a pro-murder movie just because there is murder in it.
Dude, it's not a public forum. It's a moderated forum, and they said your content didn't belong. Get over it.
Well, aren't you folks a doozy? Because I'm pretty sure, at least, I think general understanding would be that fatlogic and Reddit as a whole is kind of a public forum. Because, well, one, it's a forum that everyone has access to. I don't even need a password to look at Reddit. You don't need an account to look at Reddit. And even if you do have an account, I can still openly comment and add to discussions. And a lot of other subreddits, I can just post them. I don't have to go through some hoop. The impression that I got from the automated bot response that I received on my posts is that if I submit one post that does get accepted by the bot, it sounds like I will be able to post freely after that. But the only reason that it needed to go through mods was because of the fact that I was a new user or new posting to this subreddit. And interesting how you guys all kind of miss the main point of what I addressed in my last video. Honestly, I planned on just leaving the subject there and not addressing anything else, but the response to that last video was so overwhelmingly positive after I made the comment on Hunter Avalon's video, and the responses of people on the subreddit itself have been interesting and I think worthy of a response. So let's look at the fact that while you were so busy prattling on about whether Logic is a public forum, I reckon you kind of either missed the point of the video I was making, or you just didn't really have a reasonable response, and therefore you just kind of tried going after something else. Cause I'm pretty sure that I think most people kind of understood this. At least most of the people who have watched the video, commented, all of that, seem to understand that the point of the video wasn't whether or not what I wrote would fit into that sub. It was that what I wrote was rejected from that sub, but appeared to not have actually read by the people who were rejecting it. Because there was a blatant hypocrisy in there of, oh, we'll go look through it again, and they tell me that the reason they were rejecting it was because it's violent. That was what I was told. Because this was a new post that I had written, brand new, not the same as the one that had originally been rejected. So I'm submitting a new post, and the only reason they gave me for why that specific post was rejected was because there was violence. And as you'll see you've seen my last video, you know that I mentioned, hey, numerous times in this video, I use the words tortured and killed. Those are considered to be violent things. And it is a slasher movie. I jokingly called that movie the Fat Acceptance Slasher. And honestly, I guess on the point of the person in the movie being considered, bad person in the movie, and not considering Halloween to be a pro-murder movie just because there's murder in it, I guess satire isn't allowed on that subreddit. I mean, I'll have to go back through and look at the rules again, but there's fatlogic in the movie. It's being used as a reason to kill people. I'm not going and telling people that I'm not claiming that it's pro-murdering people for fatlogic. It's still very much a pro-fatlogic movie. That's the main message, is that it's pro-fatlogic. logic, but it's someone who's taking it to an extreme of actually killing people because of fat logic. So I guess we're gonna have to agree to disagree. Because at this point, the sub's kind of been ruined for me, honestly. I really enjoy the content that's on there, but it's just getting sad knowing that these are the kind of people that are not only running it, but the people that are on the subreddit itself, and that they don't seem to understand what the real problem is here. And like I said before, I'm not sure if their issue was so much that they missed the point, or that they are just trying to find something else to address because they know they've kind of been caught with that. They don't have an excuse for that particular thing. So that's really all I have to say on that matter. I would like to take a second to thank everybody who watched my last video, who came over from a comment I left on Hunter Avalon's video. I was not expecting to get more than maybe 4 or 5 views out of that. I thought it was just going to kind of get skipped over as someone who was trying to like promote their content on a bigger channel's video. I left the comment on Hunter's video because I've been a viewer of his for a while, and I figured with the kind of mentality and the kind of ideas that he, expresses, I figured his audience would probably be the most receptive to what I have to say. And that was just kind of a last ditch effort, because I left a comment on another YouTuber's video that didn't get any attention. I messaged another YouTuber and that didn't get anything. So I have been absolutely astonished. I was not, like I said, I wasn't expecting to get more than 4 or 5 views out of that comment, but all of the replies I've gotten to that comment and all the comments I've gotten on my video have been so overwhelmingly positive and just really great. It's just really nice to get that positivity is just kind of really nice. It just really is. And like I said before, I do not know how to end videos at all, but I'm gonna I'll put up on the screen some screenshots of the comments that you guys have left, because you guys have been really, really awesome. And on that note, I would also like to say that the reason I have not blurred out any of the names of the people on this Reddit forum is because they're publicly available and anyone can see them. I don't have to have an account on Reddit. You can see it. So even if it's not a public forum, it's publicly available. There it is, and I really have nothing else to say. So adios, muchachos.
Came from Hunter, but I'll watch the vid later. It's always nice to see people who aren't idiots. I'm genuinely worried for the future of humanity when people are saying that being fat is healthy, and that not only you can pick your gender, but there are more than 2 genders.
You sound like a teenager. If you really are one, I'm impressed.
Great vid. Came from Matt Hunter, Valone lover insight and can definitely relate. This is a good video. It was hard to hear but still good. I find it dumb that they didn't respond to you. They should have read the post you made. Also, glad to hear that you are trying to lose weight. Keep moving forward.
Subbed.
At least you're trying. I like that. Keep going.
You fat fuck lol.
GJ.
Congratulations for trying to get better. It's a shame that others are more concerned about their profit line than the health of their clients. I wish you all the best.
My progress may be slow, but at least I am not a delusional land whale. The greatest thing I've seen